If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as follow me and subscribe to me on all my other social media platforms. What's up, Thrashers, and welcome back once again to the Thrash Maniac 99 YouTube channel, and Happy New Year into 2023, well, almost when this video comes out. It's New Year's Eve 2022, heading into 2023, and well, I'm here to do the video that I said I would do on New Year's Eve, and that is talking about most anticipated albums of 2023. 2022 was a great year, especially for the underground. Not as much mainstream releases this year as there was last year, but 2023 is looking to be a much bigger year, not only for the underground, but for the bigger mainstream bands, because we got rumored or confirmed to be coming out a lot of mainstream releases in 2023, and I'm going to be talking about all of that. So, I'm going to be just mentioning albums that are set to come out, getting ready to come out, or ones that I am hoping come out in 2023. So without further ado, let's get into some of the big ones that already have dates confirmed. So kicking things off for January, hell, in just less than 2 weeks, we got new Obituary with Dying of Everything. I can't wait to check out the whole thing. I've yet to check out the singles. I need to check them out because I'm a big fan of Obituary. I mean, I have the first three and the last album. And judging from the album artwork for the new Obituary, it's looking to be another great album in their catalog. So yeah, Obituary. Also coming out the same day we have Ahab, which, not the biggest fan of Funeral Doom, but I hear that Ahab is such a great band, and I thought, you know what, why don't I check out their new one, The Coral Tombs, when it comes out in a couple of weeks. So that weekend of the 13th of January, those are going to be your reviews that you'll be seeing from me that weekend, Obituary and Ahab. And then the week after that, we've got Catatonia, which, yes, I do love me some Catatonia, with Sky Void of Stars. Riverside, which is a band I've yet to listen to, but I've heard a lot of good things about them. After all, I think they're a Polish progressive metal / rock band, and I do love prog, so I'm willing to check that out and see what it's all about. Twilight Force, which I've heard the name, but I've never listened to anything that they've released, so I'm going to be curious to check out this brand of like crazy power metal and hear what the fuss is all about. And then most of the stuff I got on my list here for January are all underground bands that I'm curious to check out, so there you have it with that. For February, so far confirmed, we got new All Out War, which I loved their last album that came out in 2019. Just brutal, heavy metalcore with a lot of Slayer influence on top. Slayercore, they're often nicknamed, but Celestial Rot coming out on February 3rd. Also on February 3rd, we got new Memoriam, which I liked the last album. It's just, for me, Memoriam still just isn't quite Bolt Thrower to me. And then a band kind of local here, Columbus, Ohio, Sanguis Sigabog with their follow-up album, Homicidal Ecstasy. Very weird death metal, so I'm definitely going to be curious to check out this new album. And then on the 10th, the big one is In Flames. I've yet to listen to the singles for the album, but from what I've heard from, say, Necrotic Nick or other people, it sounds like late 90s, early 2000s In Flames, like Clayman and Horacle, like that era. So it sounds like they're finally going back to being a mellow death band instead of trying to be alternative metal. So I guess we shall see how this goes. But for me, the big album I'm looking forward to most in February, which is February 17th, Hell Ripper with Warlock, Scrim, and Withered Hags. That single that James dropped, the Knuckle Ave, such a great song, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the album. But at the end of February, we got two albums I'm definitely going to be checking out. New Insomnium. I'm always down for New Insomnium. It's like ever since Shadows of the Dying Sun, they just keep on just pumping out great music. And then Wretched Fate, which is a band that I've yet to listen to, but I've heard that they're basically like Bloodbath Worship and HM2 stuff, and I'm a big whore for HM2 stuff, so I'm definitely going to check out that album. Now, March, kind of, at least right now, I haven't checked out Metal Archives to see any updated releases, but right now on my list for March, the 3rd, we got new Enslaved, which I can't wait for, which, by the way, Enslaved ranking coming out in about 3 weeks, and I've got a lot of listening to do. But also on March 3rd, we have new Haken, which I liked the album Affinity back in 2016. It was some really cool prog metal. And then at the end of the month, we got, or middle towards the end, we got Redemption, which I liked their album in 2016. That's Ray Alder's side project. Yeah, Ray Alder from Fate's Warning, his side project. And then towards later in the month, new Neobliviscaris, which I feel ashamed that I've not listened to much Neobliviscaris, even though I'm a big prog death metal fan. This is one of the big ones that was going, and then they went on hiatus, and now they're back with a new album in March, which I'm definitely going to check out. And then at the end of March, we got new Rotten Sound. Don't mind a little heavy, brutal grindcore, so I'll be checking out that album. But then the last, like, confirmed date updated on Metal Archives that is on the list, and really for me, the biggest anticipated album of the year, of course, Metallica, 72 Seasons. That song, Lux Eterna, really good song, but I do think the rest of the album is going to be a lot better. Even though, yeah, from the song, the production sounds exactly the same as it did on Hardwired, I think we're going to get another great one from Metallica. Yes, I'm saying it's going to be great. Don't fucking doubt me. But, yeah. There you have it. So, Metallica 72 Seasons, April 14th. Definitely need to pre-order it at some point. But now, let's get into the list of bands that have albums set in stone to come out this year, or are just waiting for a release date. New Immortal, which I'm very curious to know how that's going to go, because this is after the whole legal battle between Demon Oz and Horg. Demon Oz now has the sole property to the name Immortal, so he can do whatever he wants with it. I guess he's got an album for Immortal called War Against All. I'm just curious to know who's going to be doing bass and drums on the album. Maybe get Peter Tattergren back, and then for drums, who the hell knows who Demon Oz can get. But if it's anything like Northern Chaos Gods, it should be really good. So that's set to come out, rumored to come out in March, but there's no date for it. Then another one that's set to come out in May, but no confirmation, Cattle Decapitation, which, yes, if it's anything like Death Atlas, it's going to be fantastic, so I'm always down for new Cattle Decap. Now for some other ones that are set to come out in 2023, but no date. New Blood Red Throne, which I'm always down for new Blood Red Throne. Though they're not on Nuclear Blast Records anymore, they're now on Soul Seller Records, and according to the announcement of when they are signing to Soul Seller, they're going to have an album coming out in the second half of 2023, so looks like late summer, early fall, probably, and I definitely will check it out and definitely will be reviewing it, so give me all the BRT when you can. It's delicious. Then some other ones that are set to come out. Broken Hope, at least according to Jeremy Wagner when I had him on Horseman podcast a little while back, set to come out in 2023. That's maybe my second most anticipated album of 2023, actually. New Deicide, which, yeah, like I said in the ranking video, my relationship with Deicide's very complicated, but according to Glenn, they were influenced by prog for this album, so should be one of the best Deicide albums they've ever done, but we'll see. Let's see what else we got on the list. New Dying Fetus, which they released a single for it a few months ago. I am still not used to John Gallagher with long hair and a beard. But yeah, I'm gonna be into New Dying Fetus. Maybe New Suffocation, but there's no confirmation about it. Let's see. Looks like we might be getting... So now I'm just going to go through the whole list. So this will encompass bands that have material made but no date released, and bands that I want a new album from. So I've already gone through Immortal, Cattle Decap, Blood Red Throne, Dying Fetus, Suffocation, Broken Open, Deicide. A new Atheist album, I guess, is in the works, which, yes, I'm a big fan of the first two albums. New Anthrax. It's about time we get a new Anthrax album. It's approaching 7 years since For All Kings came out, and that was a great album. New Evil is rumored to be coming out in 2023, which, if it's anything like Hell Unleashed, I'm gonna dig it, because Hell Unleashed, that was an awesome return for Evil. New Cro-Mags, which wasn't the biggest fan of the comeback album from a couple of years ago, but I will check out New Cro-Mags. New Death Clock, which is interesting considering it's been since 2013 when they did the Doomstar Requiem album. I'm going to be curious to hear New Death Clock, because who doesn't love Death Clock? Come on. Supposedly we're going to get a Chuck Billy solo album, which I will check out because I love me some Chuck Billy. Possibly New Testament this year with Dave Lombardo on drums, which, holy shit, that will be sweet. New Dismember album. I would look forward to checking out New Dismember, considering they're one of the founding fathers of Swedish death metal. Already supposedly new Candlemass, which Sweet Evil Son was a good album, but kind of overrated in my opinion. Maybe a new album they can right the ship a little bit. Already possibly a new Exodus album. Yes, Persona Non Grata was really good. New Exciter. I mean, my boy Daniel DK. Come on. I want to hear New Exciter and hear DK shred on the guitar. Supposedly we're going to get a new Fear Factory album, which, I'm sorry, but Fear Factory will not be Fear Factory without Burton Seabell. So I'm probably not going to check it out. If I do, I'm going to put it on under the radar. That is if it's even going to come out. But I digress. Possibly new Killswitch Engage, which last couple of albums have been decent. I don't know, just, I mean, apart from Disarm to Descent, like the new Jesse Leach stuff, just hasn't been doing it for me. I don't know why. It just, not for me. New Flotsam and Jetsam, yes, I will definitely check that out. New Sacred Reich. If we get a new Sacred Reich album, I just hope it's better than Awakening. Like, Awakening, it was like there were some great songs, and then there were other songs that I didn't care for as much. New Onslaught, absolutely. Yeah, Generation Antichrist, I think, was the name of the last one. It was good. I do hope the vocals are better on the next one. New Vector, it's been a long time, and yeah, some controversy, but I'll be down for a new Vector, considering Terminal Redux was mind-bogglingly good back in 2016. New Accept, I will take New Accept, because really ever since their comeback, they have not missed. So I will definitely get New Accept. Maybe a new Opeth? Please, I would love to hear some new Opeth. It's been 3 years. And then one that I've been dying to hear come out is a new Triptychon album. We're approaching 9 years since Milana Chasmatatom, G-Warrior, and I love that album, but I want to hear some new Triptychon because it's so good. Please give us new Triptychon. Possibly a new Mayhem album. I would be down to check out new Mayhem. New Sodom, absolutely, and hopefully they keep the same production they had on the 40 Years at War compilation album, because that was nice sounding. Hopefully bring that production into the new full-length, and I say it could be an Album of the Year contender. And then we get to new King Diamond / Merciful Fate. I would love to hear both, but as far as the King Diamond solo album, The Institute, it's been teased for years, but just nothing has come of it. So, who the hell knows? But I would love to hear The Institute, and I would love to hear a new Merciful Fate album. So, yeah. Possibly a new Dream Theater full-length later in the year. Absolutely. Distance Over Time was a phenomenal album. New Possessed. Hopefully if Jeff Becerra's health issues with his eye are better by the time they get back to the studio, because Revelations of Oblivion was awesome. Possibly a new Dark Angel. I know Gene Hoglan's been trying to get that going, and I would love to hear a new Dark Angel. Possibly new Napalm Death. I would love to hear a new Napalm Death. We know we're getting a new Overkill album, Scorched, their 20th album, and at some point I know I'm going to have to rank Overkill, and that's going to be tough, but I'm down for new Overkill, and of course New Testament. Another one that's been kind of teased in recent years, but possibly to come out in 2023, and that's new Coroner. After all, it's been since, what, 93? Since Grin came out? And I would love to hear new Coroner. New Death Angel? I would love to hear a new Death Angel album. New Frozen Soul? Let's get this follow-up to Crypt of Ice. New Incantation? I think they've wrapped up in the studio, I believe, so we're definitely going to get a new Incantation album in 2023, and Dan Swano back at mixing. And then this next one, I'm just hoping for Alice in Chains. I would love to hear a new Alice in Chains album. Possibly new Judas Priest. That would be really cool. If it's anything like Firepower, it should be amazing. And then another one that I'm shocked that hasn't been confirmed or anything been talked about yet, and that's a new Avenged Sevenfold album. We're approaching 7 years since The Stage came out, and that was an amazing journey of music. And I'm curious to hear where they're going on another album. Could we get some death metal sections as they went black metal a little bit on The Stage? Let's hear what they got in store for us next. And then, of course, new High on Fire. That would be pretty sweet. New Morbid Angel. If we get a new Morbid Angel album, I just hope and pray for one thing. Get the production right on this album, because Kingdom's Disdain, that production was terrible. So, let's just hope that if we get new Morbid Angel, the production's better. New Nile, absolutely. And then, finally, new Borknagar. I would love to hear a new Borknagar album. But, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is all of the most anticipated albums of 2023, and some ones I hope come out in 2023. But overall, already, just based on a lot of the names of bands that have material written or getting ready to record to release in 2023, it's looking to be even bigger and better possibly than 2022 or even 2021. But that remains to be seen. But anyways, what's your most anticipated albums of 2023? Let me know in the comments section below. And until next time, horns high. See you guys in the new year.